welcome to the vlog. Woo! Lots of big stuff in this one, lots of important stuff, I should say. Gotta find the clock first. It's 5:52 p.m. on April 13th, 2022. Yes, the windows are open. I'm gonna close one, though, for noise. Windows are open downstairs. It was in the 70s today. It's in the mid 60s now, but still feels pretty darn good. All right, so real quick before we jump in here, it is Tournament of Toasties Day. We're doing some grilled cheese. And of course, as always, I like to let you know there are time code links in the description below. So if parts of this vlog are not what you're into and you just want to skip to the stuff you do like, or you want to jump around, go back and forth, whatever, just check out all those blue numbers down there and it'll tell you what you're looking for. Click them and you can jump right to what you want. Because we got some cool movie reviews coming up today. We got some game reviews. I've played more than wrestling. I'm going to tell you about what's happening with my channel and why I'm going to be doing a lot less videos coming soon. Don't worry, the vlogs are sticking around until I decide something about them. So you've got at least 2 or 3 more months, or at least until we get through Tournament of Toasties. So there's all of that. And we got a little Lowe's trip to go get some blinds tonight, so who knows if some of that'll be in here. And yeah, I think that's about all we're gonna get into in this vlog. Oh, we're also gonna try making a cocktail. I bought my first bottle of gin. I'm gonna make something with gin. Because I like a few gin drinks, and I like my martinis, but I'm not making that. All right, so I guess what we need to do, because my lady just got home a little late. I got a little late because Lego Star Wars. And I want to start cooking. So we're doing like the sweet, this is like the fruit grilled cheese tonight. So let's get to it and let's see what we got in this Sweet 16 episode of Tournament of Toasties. All right, so here we are. As usual, I like to remind you, this is the Food Network magazine. It's all about awesome soups. We've made some of these, but it has the 50 grilled cheese in the back. Some are very gourmet, some are basic. And we hit 32. We narrowed that down to 16. Of course, that's what we're doing now is we're narrowing it down to 8. I think we've done we have like 6 of the 8, I think, right? We're in the final rounds here. So we're on the simpler side of grilled cheese this week, and we're doing the fruit-based ones. So we'll get into the notes in a second, but let me let you know, I do have a link for this article, or you can just Google Food Network 50 grilled cheese and find it. And the online version is almost exactly the same as this with a couple of differences. But anyways, today we are pitting the number 38, the Hawaiian, against the number 48, the Brie Marmalade. Creole Lady Marmalade. Sure. So the Hawaiian, we're going to spread pineapple preserves on 2 slices of Hawaiian sweetbread or challah bread, I'm not exactly sure how you pronounce that, sandwiched with 2 slices each of Monterey Jack and ham. We're going to cook, flipping once until golden. That's going to go up against the Brie Marmalade, where we spread orange marmalade on 2 thick slices of cinnamon raisin bread, sandwiched with 2 slices of Brie cheese, removing the rind, of course, and we're going to cook, flipping until golden. So before we do that, let's take a look at what our notes were and what they were against the last time, just so we have some idea of what's happening here. And here we go. We want to be on this page, and I believe we started here. So let me just find them real quick. That's a different Brie. Okay, these must have come late in the game. Yep, no, all right, open face, that's next time. Bacon cheddar, ate a whole, okay, ham, bagel, okay. Grandma's. Okay, so it was like the last 2 we did. It was round 15 and 16 if you go and look on the membership side, I think. But you have to be at $5 tier, and I don't put anything at $5 out anymore. You can always pay $5 for a month and go watch it all. Anyways, so originally the 38 Hawaiian was against the 34 Camembert and Pear. The winner was the Hawaiian. Easy win. That's probably because Camembert, or however you pronounce it, is... I love a lot of cheeses, but even for me, that one's a bit... And I'm not huge on pear. I think the pear slices needed to be thicker or something, too. And then in round 16, we had the 48 Brie Marmalade versus the 50, the Nutella and Banana, which I remember being delicious. So let's see what we said here. The Brie Marmalade won. It says, next time, only put marmalade on one side. Good to know. Good to know. So I guess it was a little bit too orangey. Now, I remember really liking the Nutella and Banana, but Mary, not a big peanut buttery. Well, I guess it's hazelnut. I don't know why that one didn't win. Whatever. This is the winner, and it's going to be delicious. So, we don't have a lot of work to do on this. The bulk of what we're going to do here is just prepping some cheese. So we got our handy-dandy pizza cutter, which worked amazingly on the Brie before. And we got a big old block of Monterey Jack, and we're going to get some slices off of that. Or a slice, because they could be thick. I need I'm gonna get a plate to set some of this on. All right, so we also have some Kroger honey ham. That's what I went with We still have the same jar we used before of Schmucker's Pineapple Preserves, and then Schmucker's Sweet Orange Marmalade. And honestly, when I looked at this before, I don't remember the difference, but basically, like your preserves, your jams, your jelly, it all comes down to how much finer the fruit is, I think, basically, if I remember, but I don't remember the order. And then we just grabbed this Pepperidge Farm Remembers, which is not very thick. Cinnamon, raisin bread. Mary's not a huge fan of raisins. And we got the King's Hawaiian sliced sweet bread. Both of these, by the way, lasted way longer in the pantry than they should, but I did have to replace them. I don't have a slip mat under here because we're not doing anything crazy. We'll set that to the side. Let's get a knife to start working this Monterey. And I've got to start using more of my Monterey cheese when I buy it, because it's not a terribly expensive, but it's not an inexpensive cheese either. And we usually buy a block like this because at least in my Kroger or whatever, can never find sliced. And one of these days I will get my deli slicer. And this stuff goes bad fairly easy compared to some other cheeses. So, you know, I want to do something with it this time. We'll figure it out. All right, so again, we're just going to use this basic cheese slicer. It has like a slicing wire, and how thick it is based on the angle. Oh, I think that's just, okay, I probably shouldn't mess with that. I think that's for re-threading when you got to put in a clean wire. All right, so let's see what we can do here. I don't want them too thick, especially since we're supposed to use two. It's a little bit wider than my cheese slicer. Also, in hindsight, I just remembered I should have set this out of the fridge a little sooner so it would be a little bit easier to work through. There we go. There we go. How is that? Oh, that's a pretty darn good slice. That's like a real slice of cheese. That's about what we really want. See if we can recreate that. Let's try this angle this time. Okay. This one might be a little thicker. Or thinner, I'm not really sure. But as usual, we'll do a few slices here just to give ourselves some options, because that one's probably pretty thin, actually. Again, that's not bad. Let's do one more. Maybe a little thicker on this one. It's going a little easier now that we're down in here, too. Yeah, that's more like a thicker slice, so we can definitely work with those. If I have to cut up more, I'll cut up more. Let's get a... Actually, that would probably use the sandwich bag. Hey, oh no, oh no. Well, shit. I see what happened. I have a box. I just accidentally pulled a shelf out a little bit weird, and oh well. All right, so we're just gonna toss that into a baggie, and maybe I'll just dice that up and nom on it later. Probably decent in tacos. Not as good as Oaxacan cheese, but for tacos, but not bad either. All right, let me get something to set that slicer on in case we do happen to need it again. And then next up, let's get some Brie. Let's see, where's my best way in here? I haven't quite finished all those other pieces of Brie from last week or 2 weeks ago, but getting there. I mean, I want to finish it all, but you know, I mean, I can only eat so much cheese if I'm trying to lose weight for the wedding. Which is a real shame because, you know, I love my cheese. Like, I love charcuterie boards and wine pairings and all of that. And if you're new here and you don't know, I'm also a guy who loves beers and hot wings and hot sauces. You know, I mean, like, I like all things. It's okay to like all things. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a thing or two I don't like, personal preference, but... All right, so as we learned before, freaking pizza slicer is the way to go on a soft cheese like this. And we're actually gonna make strips. It's just gonna be better. And we're gonna try and keep them kind of thin. And we'll get that rind off in a minute. Okay, we'll do a couple more just to be safe, although this one's a real thin one that I'm doing now. That might be too thin. Especially with Brie. Brie's a very melty cheese. It's not gonna... Maybe I should have put my thing down. That's not bad. Let's get one more. And you can eat this rind. The rind has a lot of flavor in it. But you don't want that for a melty grilled cheese, and I shouldn't pick this up when I'm doing that. That's part of my problem. Come on, get off the slicer. And into my mouth. We'll do one more just to be sure. Okay. So we're gonna work with this. We just want to get the rind off. Okay. Maybe I should have put a paper towel down for the slippage. Okay. So there's a piece. Just gonna throw these rinds over on this plate. Oops, except that one. Whoops, that one fell in my mouth accidentally. Okay, got that off. Left a little on the edge there, we'll go back for that. Cool, back rind. And, all right. And we have some Mary joining us. Cutting the last couple pieces of Brie. And then we build and we do the cooking, so. And even the builds on these are pretty easy. Yeah, he's gotten needy since I got out of the shower. Yeah, let's make a little bit more. Oh, sure, left a little too much rind.
He's trying to tell me something.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It's probably about their turn.
I look for you guys at the meeting. Okay?
Should have taken my ring off. Don't want to get too dirty. Yeah, we're just gonna kind of play this a little by ear. We're gonna add some to thicken some spots because these are not terribly even in their thickness.
Excuse me, for me, come here. Excuse me.
And all right, back here. And that's probably gonna work. Set this over where I need it again. That room in my pocket. Pocket. All right, let me get a bag to put that Brie in. All right, I'm gonna set that. Put this off to the side. Okay, I'm gonna wipe my nose a little bit. All right, I'm gonna build this one first because I probably shouldn't have just thrown those cheese crumbs into the floor like an idiot. I'm gonna build this one first before this gets sticking to the board. So, which one? That's the 48, so that's gonna be thick slices of cinnamon raisin bread. All right, let me get 2 thick slices of cinnamon raisin bread. Oh. I forget this is like wrapped within wrappings. Well, first I have to figure out how to fudge to get in here. No, I want to do it. I'm a man, baby. All right, have at thee.
Good Lord.
Right? See? Not that I'm an idiot.
I thought this was like one of those tab things, and yeah, I think you're just gonna need to.
There. That'll work. All right, let's get some good pieces from behind the heel.
How many pieces do you need?
I'm getting behind the heel.
Okay, well, you were grabbing 3. That's why I was.
I know. I was getting 3 out of the way. Okay, I didn't mean.
You grabbed another.
I didn't mean the one behind the heel. I mean deeper into the loaf behind the heel.
Yeah,
I see what you're saying.
I understand it, but the reason I was saying is when you grabbed your second handful, you still grabbed 3.
Well, because I was trying to keep the pieces even. So, like, you know, one of the pieces, the piece behind the heel stays with the heel, so it's sized right. So I'm just, you know, I'm trying to keep that in pairs for sizing, basically. Okay. Yeah, that's all. The rind stuff there is very edible. All right, so I just want to kind of get this built up on one of these at least, just to actually we may have a little bit more of this than I intended. Because like I said, this will kind of get a little sticky on the actual thing.
That is a lot of Brie, man.
Well, it says 2 slices, so I'm thinking that's 2 slices.
Okay.
There you go. There's some rindless, rindless cowboy. All right, let me make sure I put the right marmalade or whatever. So that's the orange, right?
Yes.
Orange marmalade on 2 thick slices, and I believe this is the one we said only on one side, according to your notes.
Do you actually pay attention to my notes?
I'm trying. I don't know if this needs mixing up or not, but... All right. Oh crap, just dropped the wad right on the cutting board.
Good job.
Yeah, I'm good at things like that, you know?
Yes, you are.
I'm good at dropping wads. You heard it, Mary, agree. All right. Just a tiny touch more.
What's that one now, man?
And spread together. There we have that one ready to go.
Sit down on the couch and I'll look at Mom.
Mom, what are you doing? What are you doing, Mom? Why are you sitting here? Why are you sitting still? All right, spread pineapple preserves on 2 slices of the bread. This one specifically says. Well, actually, they both specifically say that, but whatever. And then we're going to sandwich 2 slices of that each, Monterey Jack and ham. 2 slices each, Monterey Jack and ham. Okay. I wonder if I only used 1 slice of ham before. I feel like I might have. All right.
Did you make any notes about that one?
No, there's no notes on that one. Just that this was a clear winner in its battle against the evil Decepticons. It literally says that. Kidding. All right. Again, we will use a light touch with this. So.
Jack, why are you trying to eat the shipping label?
Because it's paper and it's sticking out and it's yummy. And I'm trying to make you understand that I'm freaking hungry.
Okay. Again, like I said, just trying to go thin layers since I'm doing both pieces of bread for this. A little bit more. Come on now.
I know. Oh, Aaron, I'm sorry. This lighting is starting to...
Yeah, especially when it's the conflicted lighting of sunlight and kitchen and warm kitchen lights. Okay, get a little more over here. And a bit more.
You want to do my work badge.
Make sure you don't wear that in camera, by the way. You know, because it's none of y'all's business where she works. Just because she manages the best strip club with the best Yelp reviews. Which is a story. Did you know strip clubs are listed on Yelp? And did you know people leave reviews? Holy crap, I recently learned this. It's kind of blowing my mind. All right, so I guess we want the ham in the middle of the 2 pieces of cheese. What do you think, Mary? Or should it be cheese then ham?
The ham might have a somewhat better chance of standing out if it's not fancy food cheeses.
That makes sense. All right, I'm gonna make it its own thing then. We might have only done 1 slice before too, because when you fold that over, screw it. Let's stick with what it says though. This probably means other ham though. I'll just make the bread a little thicker. I mean the cheese. I'll use the thicker cheese.
Are you using a thick cut ham?
It's a deli ham. So I mean, it's because it's wide. I'm folding it over. It's not particularly thick cut. Okay. So there we have it. There is our sandwich prep. Let's move some stuff out the way. We'll get these pans getting a little heat in them while I clean things up a little bit. Picked a bad time to reach for that. It was almost a disaster. I do feel that my arm hairs, oh yeah, holy shit. And I smell my arm hairs. Can you all see that?
Did you actually set yourself on fire?
I burned a lot of fucking arm hairs off. Would you like to see? Seriously. I reached over to grab a plate off from behind the thing as the starter kicked in. I mean, it doesn't hurt or anything, but it's like, holy shit. Like, hopefully you can see
I
that.
set a sleeve on fire in a very similar sort of way. With one of those flash
Jesus.
fires where the little cotton ball that you kind of held up on your shirt on fire.
Okay, well, smell of burning hair is delicious. Fuck. Damn. Well, I mean, it shaved that section pretty clean, though. Fuck me, dude. The other one doesn't have that problem. It doesn't go as hot. Now, again, we don't want to get these pans overheated. Okay, now while that smell dissipates, let's see if we can clean up a little bit while these pans heat up. Damn it. Ugh. But that's why that's the one thing I don't like about a gas stove. Everything else I like. But I'm surprised I haven't singed more hair off of myself in my lifetime. You know?
Obviously last year.
Right? Crap. I think I kept these together. Can't really tell which lid belongs to which. I think I kept them together. But I guess if they're identical, who cares? Put that down in there. But anyways, you know what? I learned. Just like I learned about using a glove if I'm gonna do a really hot roux for gumbo and the butter sizzling. Now I've learned, make sure you do not put your arm directly behind the burner as it ignites. Also, good, that didn't catch on fire yet. I had some bread laying awfully close to the other burner. I am having a day with all of that, apparently. All right, let's prep some butter.
Now you do know there's a fire extinguisher like just inside the garage door, right?
I'm glad you pointed it out. Now, how do you use one?
It's pretty self-explanatory.
All right, well, in the heat of the moment, it might not be.
Okay, so pull the pan, push the handle, aim the nozzle, you know.
Count to 3, count to 5. Pull the pin, count to 5.
There's no counting.
Okay. You sure?
Yes.
It's not a holy extinguisher.
It is not holding your grenade.
Crap. Crap baskets. Okay. Here we go. That's a cut. That's a bad. Those are a couple of bad cuts. Let me recut that one a little bit. Okay. Okay, we're gonna take the heat down on both of these, just above medium low. The smaller burner a little bit higher. Let's move the camera over so you can see what we're doing. And viola.
Viola?
Yep, time to put some butter in the pans and get to cooking. Viola Davis style. Butter. Butter. Now I have to be careful. I need to remember these are like sweet sugary bread. Wow, that pan is way too hot. That butter is going way too fast. So these are going to burn a lot quicker, and I probably should actually be prepared to lid them on the second side and turn my heat down a little bit more for these. Yeah, I'm gonna take that one down a touch more, that one down a touch more. That butter melting, that butter is good to go. Let's put this bad boy in there. We'll start ham side up, ham side on top so we can melt the cheese down over it on the second round. Come on, butter. Come on, butter. There it goes. It's starting to go. And this one doesn't really matter, but this one is definitely gonna go, should burn faster than the other. And butter is melted. There we go. Okay. So it has begun. The grilling is happening. And at least I no longer hear or smell the burning of my arm hairs, so that's good. I doubt the Brie one's gonna need a lot of... All right. In the meantime, off camera where you can't see, I'll try to fix this problem I created over here. There we go. Got it. I got it. I just accidentally pulled the hanging basket for the bags out a little bit and then knocked something behind it, so I couldn't put it back easily. But it's now been fixed.
Good job.
I am pretty talented. Okay, just gotta keep our eyes on these and eat a little Brie cheese that's over here off the plate. You know, quality assurance and whatnot. Press on that one a little bit. Press on this one a little bit. Okay. Damn, that Brie is good. All right, now we're just gonna keep our eyes on it, make sure we do not burn or over go. I'm gonna go ahead and lid this one a little bit. Get that cheese melty a little bit. And then I should probably actually have a lid for the other, because even though Brie does melt pretty good, I'd rather make sure I don't have enough room for everything in the dishes today. There's already stuff in there because I made a whole bunch of bacon and eggs last night, which I've learned I really shouldn't make bacon late at night anymore, because now that we have the little window and for the cat door that's locked, oh boy, that was driving Napoleon crazy last night, and I felt so bad. He was desperately trying to get through the door.
I'm almost surprised you didn't let him up.
Well, then I would have had to gotten him back down.
That is true.
Actually, I guess that's a good point. Although, what if he then went over to your door and started meowing and woke you up? And
That would be a problem.
yeah. All right, I'm gonna check on the big boy here. He still feels kind of soft under there, but let's see. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I might need to redo that side before it's too late. This bottom side is pretty fucked. Which also makes me... Yeah, this pan is just... I got this pan too hot. Of course, that's the... shit. Open the pineapple just in case, if you don't mind. Of course, this is the cheese side too, so I don't know if I can pull it. I really want to check on that one because now I'm nervous. It's okay. I can go with that. I would not want it any more than that. I'm gonna put that in there. We're gonna take that heat down. Let me jump over here and make sure. Again, I would have liked that to have been a little bit lighter toasted. Butter, please. I'm sure it's fine. Oh yeah, this one's great. And the Brie is definitely already... Yeah, that's definitely a bit toastier than I intended. But, could have been worse. Like I said, with the sweeter breads, that sugar is just gonna burn a lot faster, so you gotta go much lower and slower. Come on, butter. Come on, butter. The sandwich is flopping. Yeah, as you can see, it's a much nicer toasting on this one. And butter gone. Pan in, steam. Okay. Oh yeah, we can close this back up actually. I got lucky.
Okay.
Got lucky.
Good job.
Ugh. Sticky. Some of that sticky icky. I don't know nothing about that. That's illegal. Okay. Yeah, this one has me paranoid. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, that one's good. And yeah, that's, you'll see it in a second, but that's a much better toast on that one. See, maybe that's the side I just got for us.
Oh, that's much better.
That's what I was aiming for. Shame I fucked it up. As I do. Jack is ready to get in Mama's room.
Yeah, he kept me company earlier.
I imagine he did. He loves his mama. All right, that should be just about any second. I just hope that Brie melts a little bit more. I mean, it's kind of melty. Oh, it's meltier than I thought it was. Still got some crackling going on, so I'm gonna give that a second longer. Yeah, the butter's still sizzling. That means it should mean it's still okay. It's not going over, I think. Don't hold me to that. Also, this bread, even when toasted, yeah, that could do. Yeah, this needs a little bit longer. Just trying to get some butter under it. Let me get the knife because we're about ready to chop a rooney. Chop a rooney. Better than chopping a roomie. Probably. Now some of the sizzle we are getting now is because some cheese is bubbling out and sizzling in the pan, so I'm gonna be a little wary here. But it was pretty light under there. Well, at least we have a pretty side on the ham and Monterey Jack for the photo. Second longer, not too much. It's a little bit lighter than the top still.
The grilled cheese. Hi, Napoleon. Have you forgiven Daddy yet for the bacon?
He wouldn't let me boop his nose earlier. I think he's mad at me. It's good bacon though. I made a really nice regular batch and a really nice crispy batch. We like having a couple of choices for different things. Plus, it was getting pretty old and needed to get cooked. Probably could come off now. Let's go ahead and take it off now. Mary's probably hungry. Hand it off, let that drain a second. And move over and flip. Actually, I got that side a little bit darker, but not bad. All right, I'm gonna pull over just so you can see before we go to the real camera. Ta-da! Okay, so now we do the cuts. And guess what? Since we have more square bread, I'm going on the diagonal like it should be. Nice, and oh yeah, wipe that off a little bit so we don't contaminate flavors between sandwiches.
Oh, where's my water? Where's my water?
Your bottle is over there by the plates. I had to move it.
No.
Okay. And
Did I leave a spoon in the car?
oh, that one did not want to hold together too well. Ooh, that is hot, fucking hot. Okay. All right, let's get you some close-ups. All right, so we transferred them to plates. I guess I need to kind of get in there and show you. Monterey didn't really melt that much in the middle, damn it. But this one is like ooey gooey. Oh yeah, bet you love that sound in the background. That looks delightful. I need to get a photo of that before that cheese doesn't look as good. All right, so Mary's swapping them out. We got our choices here. Yeah, sorry about that. It looks worse than it looks in real life. But... all right, where do we want to start?
That's the Marmalade one?
Yeah, Brie and orange marmalade, or ham, Monterey, and pineapple preserves.
Ah, Jesus. I don't know. Do you have any thoughts?
Let's start with the ham and orange. And remember, if we get a cheese bowl, we got to focus, you know. I don't think alone. You know what else? I needed to heat the ham up. I probably should have hit it in the microwave for a second just to take the fridge chill off of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Flavors are good though. Not my hair that I desperately need a haircut for. Yeah, but you can see like the Monterey cheese, it just didn't fucking melt. It's crazy.
Yeah, but it's a nice balance. Nothing's like overpowering.
Yeah, I think that's the right amount of the pineapple preserves on that one.
It's very,
Okay.
it's light.
Now this one we might get a cheese pull or a cheese goo because this Brie is gonna be stringy. Sides, maybe it's gonna be stringy. The sunlight behind me is a problem. Oh, that's fucking awesome. Oh shit. These are very close, but I think I know what I would choose between the two. Oh, don't fall. Don't fall on my sandwich. What are your initial thoughts in terms of, is this close for you or is this easy for you?
I think now mind you, I don't generally go for raisin breads.
Right. I had already mentioned you're not a big fan of like raisins
But
particularly.
it works here.
Especially, I'm glad we made that note about the orange only on one side, or the
Marmalade.
orange only on one side, because that's the perfect amount.
Yeah. Let me try this again.
Yeah, I mean this one's good.
No, I don't know if it's because it's kind of cool in the middle.
I'm not really sure that would make that big a difference in the flavor, per se.
It sometimes can.
Yeah, a little bit. That is good though. That is really good. That ham.
It's very close.
So it's very close for you. Okay. It is. It could be close for me, but there's one that knocked my socks off a little more than the other. No.
Let me go back to the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I may have to go with the orange marmalade.
The cinnamon raisin.
Yeah,
Woo! That's what I want.
I already knew that. I could tell.
I think everybody could tell. But again, the other one really good. At least I don't think the burn on the other one, like it didn't actually burn. I didn't get any burnt taste. It was right on the cusp, but you're right. It did need to be more melty though. You know, it would have been better, but yeah, that cinnamon raisin brand, that Brie, and that orange marmalade, like that, just man.
This is one that can potentially go up against that waffle and syrup one.
Well, I'm pretty sure when we get to the Elite Eight, it will be. My notes are on this phone, but I'm pretty sure that's the bracket it's in. That the fruit goes, yeah, that would make sense because we have the more classic versus the more classic versus the fruits versus the breakfast.
Yeah.
On that side of the bracket. Well, that's going to be an interesting day. There ain't nothing to shake your head at either.
That does have a very breakfasty vibe to it.
No, I think they both actually kind of do.
That one more so, I think. I still have appreciate the lightness of this one.
That's a good point. They're both definitely sweet and fruity.
Like I said, I'm not sure if I would want to eat an entire one of those because it is so sweet.
With cinnamon raisin.
Yeah.
I don't know, all that Brie, man. This is an excuse to keep buying extra Brie. Yeah. But we agree then, we're going cinnamon raisin?
Yeah, I'll go for mine.
Cinnamon raisin for the win! But we can always put a note in too that this was very close and the other one is just worth eating. All right, well, I'm sticky. How about you?
Yeah, definitely.
All right, well, let's clean up and figure everything else out and start the rest of this bottle. Yeah, from my head down to my... I was going to say peen, but okay, anyways.
You said it anyway.
I did. I guess this has just become part of it. I like to show you my dishes. I'm a master of Tetrising dishes into the dishwasher. However, today I've been defeated. But that's because of all the stuff I did last night. So I just want to make sure Mary's coffee pot gets washed so she can make her coffee before bed tonight when she has to go in the office in the mornings. And she's working from home. She just makes it when she gets up. It's not as much a priority. But I already had a lot of this stuff in there. And then from doing all the boiled eggs and stuff, or the steamed eggs, I had already too much stuff down here. So I'm just gonna run that when we go deal with blinds, you know, because I even have those lids I gotta get in. And then when we come back later, I'll empty it and I'll get my coffee pot. So it's one of those rare 2-load nights, mostly because that stuff is just bulky and I can't really work around it. Not with that much stuff. So, oh well. But that is my dishes update. Hey, welcome back. All right, we'll tell you about our blinds. It wasn't that bad. In a minute. It's 9:12 p.m., which means we ain't getting to Star Wars today, so you ain't getting a Rebels Season 1 review because we got to watch Moon Knight and we still got a lot to do. But...
Hi, everybody.
Oh, she's in the reflection. All right, but I did promise we'd make a cocktail, something I never tried before. I've had a few gin drinks. I like them, so I was like, let's learn some gin stuff. And since we're getting into cocktail shaking, we're going to use my new shaker because I got that bar set the other day. And, you know, because Ryan Reynolds, so why not go with aviation gin? We'll try that. So we're going to do a Tom Collins. This is a classic drink. And so I'm going to go ahead and start working. We need some lemon juice, so let me just kind of work this lemon up a little bit. Break it up on the inside so it juices easier. It's already a little squishy to begin with. I'm just gonna slice this bad boy open. Just use a regular old steak knife, it's fine.
Is this one of the ones I got you?
Yes, this is one of the other ones, yeah. Don't know what that was about.
Severe weather?
Oh, weather, yeah, weather shit. All right.
Yeah, we're about to have a big ass thunderstorm roll through here.
Thunder! Yeah. We also we got something cool. Maybe Mary will show you in a minute. So we're just juicing up our lemon here, which means I'm gonna have more lemon juice than I need probably. So I might make myself a lemon drop later, we will see. Because I do have 2 shakers now, just in case I wanted to make 2 vastly different drinks without, you know, rinsing or whatever. And I guess we can toss this in the old, glad you emptied the thingy, the composter. And now that I remember it's going in the compost, we'll also get rid of that sticker.
I saw something on YouTube today that you might be interested in. It'd be more for me, but your nose would probably thank you.
Oh.
It's a thing that rapidly speeds up the composting process.
Mm.
It doesn't compost it all the way, but it keeps you from having a wet, smelly mess.
Well, I always like not having a wet, smelly mess. Unless it's the aftermath. Yeah. Oh yeah, we definitely got plenty in there. How much did we get? Where's the thing? That's milliliters. This is cups. Hold on. Let me see. I think that's a 1/4 cup. Yeah, it's a 1/4 cup. So that's like 2 ounces. So I don't have an extra lemon to garnish with, but I'm not worried about the garnish. That's more if I'm just gonna. So is that how much we needed? Where was the lemon juice? 3/4 of an ounce. Great. How the fuck do I measure 3/4 of an ounce? I guess I have to use one of my little measure cups.
Yes. Where did you put
Over
your
here
measuring
in
cups?
the wine and dine section.
That should allow you to get to that particular measurement.
Yeah, exactly. So just got one of these. They're like $6 at Bed Bath & Beyond, or Bed Bath & Beyond.
Yeah.
I keep getting Bath & Body Works and Bed Bath & Beyond mixed up. And it's like Bed Bath & Body Works.
I used to get blends and things mixed up because it was basically the exact same store.
There is not a 3/4 ounce in here, so I'm going to have to eyeball it between the 1/2 ounce and the 1 ounce.
Oh, yeah.
So maybe yours is a little bit better than mine.
I don't know. Well, you want to check it?
Sure. Although if there's a milliliter thing on the side, I can always check with too. Why?
I don't know. Oh, you know what? I think it's still in the sink downstairs.
Well then don't worry about it. This is already getting way more complicated than it needs to be. I can get close.
Yeah.
Get cups on the side. All right, so anyways, we're just aiming for between the 1/2 and the 1. It's fine. Maybe a little heavy, but it's fine. And that should at least leave me a good ounce if I want to make a lemon drop later. Okay. So, We want that with 2 ounces of gin. We'll use the measure. And then how much simple syrup? Half a fluid ounce of simple syrup. All right, let's get the lemon juice in here first. First, I want to get some ice in here.
Thank you, Chick.
Daddy got you another toy.
Yes, the cat's been playing with all the paper bags and boxes, and well, some of the stuff should probably go away soon.
Yeah. Yeah, as usual, like she said, we like to leave those for the cats to play with. All right, so we got some ice in there. Let's go ahead and dump in my lemon juice. And then let's get half an ounce, it said. Half an ounce of simple syrup, which is just sugar water, basically, boiled down. Actually, that splash was right on it.
Good job.
That in there.
Does that need to be refrigerated?
What? Simple syrup?
Yeah.
No, it shouldn't. Most bars don't refrigerate it, as far as I know.
It's been a very long time for me, so I don't like it.
We need 2 ounces of gin.
Of course, a lot of bars don't do a lot of things that they should do.
That is true.
I know because I've worked at a couple.
Okay, there's an ounce. And 2 ounces of gin. This is not a very alcohol-heavy drink. It's not quite a double. Whew. Smell the alcohol, though. Okay, gin in there. To the side. And I believe at this point we're just gonna shake you. Okay, so we fill the Collins glass. Oh, you're supposed to put ice in it to, whatever. We'll put more ice in there. Combine the gin, lemon juice, simple syrup, cocktail shaker. Add a cup of ice, cover, shake till chilled. And we're gonna strain into our Collins glass, which I need to buy some. I don't have any. Nice, good seal.
Let me see some cocktail action.
No, thank you. Okay, we got a little frost happening on there. It should be good. Whew. Get my,
Ooh, that is very cold.
yeah. We get my Collins glass out that I just had in here for a minute. We'll put some ice in there for the drinking side. So, you know, just my usual cocktail drinking glass. Get the lid off. Use a strainer. Oh, some of the, okay, I was like, pretty sure there should be more of a drink in there than that. Have to kind of keep moving the ice out of the way to get it. That's still not a whole hell of a lot, but again, if it was in a Collins glass, that would be skinnier.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not quite filling up all the way here. That's fine.
Unless you're topping it off with some club, yeah?
Yeah, it's supposed to hit it with a little bit of club soda at the end. So yeah, we're gonna shake until chill, strain into the Collins glass, then top with club soda and garnish with lemon wedge that I don't have. How much club soda? To give me a specific 2 fluid ounces. All right, well, we'll use this again. Even though it has a little bit of gin in it.
You're just rinsing it out.
Yeah. Oh shit, I forgot this was not cold. Fuck. I was so careful, I didn't make much of a mess at all until just there. Yeah, sure. A little light.
Almost looks like a skull from this angle.
No, I don't think. Am I supposed to stir that? What did it? Did tell me to do anything?
Usually don't.
Top with club soda. Garnish with a lemon wedge. We'll just pretend that's there. And give me a little straw
This
action.
is your French.
No, this is Tom
Oh,
Collins.
the Collins. Sorry.
No, we have a French 75, which is like lemon juice and champagne and gin, something else. But our champagne is not cold, so I was like, I'll just do this. This sounds easy and delightful. And then let's get us a straw in there. That should be it. But I definitely need to pick up some Collins glasses soon. Smells all right. That's pretty good. Interesting. it's like a lemonade that it starts watery at first and gets very lemony and then gets a little watery and just smooths on out and there's nothing. So I like that. I might hit it with a little more lemon juice myself. Would you like to take a sip just to see?
Yeah.
It doesn't, I don't taste like gin that much or anything. It's mostly just lemon juice and kind of water.
That's probably one of the more drinkable gin drinks I've ever had.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious when I smell this.
Probably because it's such a smooth gin, Mr. Deadpool.
Yeah, it actually doesn't have much of an odor to it.
Yeah.
Either that or my nose is broken. Either thing is possible.
Yeah. Anyways, okay, there's your cocktail. We'll talk about other stuff in a minute, but Mary and I gotta get on like dealing with
So
trash.
I'm getting big, the aftertaste.
I don't have a lot myself, but anyways, we'll be back. Fuck, the storm and the humidity, the temperature is. Yeah, I love you, but yeah, we're both like fucking burning up right now. That's all you're gonna get. That's all you're gonna get of me. So the blinds. Ooh, that's where the money is. Oh, it's on Prime. Oh yeah, okay, never mind. Movies anywhere, yay. Dad was trying to watch the card counter, and Voodoo needed him to log in, and then he's on watching it on Prime. I'm like, how you watching it on Prime? He's like, oh yeah, movies anywhere. It's anywhere we're connected. Anyway, so blinds. Oh God.
I'm gonna go stand there.
Yeah, let's go stand under the fan.
I can turn the AC at the notch too, or down.
So we got out about on time. We got a very nice guy, but clearly there were some issues. I don't know if he was training or he was training someone. It just took a while to get it all figured out, and there were some communication issues up front, but eventually we got all on the same page. And we're going through Lowe's, and we figured out kind of what blinds we want, but we don't have to pick out them specifically yet. Basically, it's like $100 installation for up to 9 windows. So it's like, yeah, let them deal with all that. And so we got an appointment for them to come do measuring on Monday to measure the, how many, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 windows out here, including that one, and the 2 in Mary's bedroom. We were originally going to have them do my bedroom as well, but I kind of wanted motorized ones, and that was apparently going to complicate things. So I just went ahead and bought motorized ones, and after some finagling, turns out they fit like a charm. Mary had measured everything. When I took it upstairs in the box, because I didn't want to open the box until I was sure, it was like 6 inches larger, and I was shitty. I wasn't shitty. I was mildly shitty. I could be shittier. I was not hangry shitty. I'm just frustrated.
Thank God.
Well, I'm frustrated because it took way fucking longer while we're out there than it should have. I figured we left here about 7. We knew what we wanted. We basically just needed to go set up the thing. It took, how long? We were there like 2 hours.
We were till about 8:30.
No, it's closer to 9. Oh yeah, 8:45. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're probably right. We got about 8:40. Because then somebody had to stop at Hot Topic. For good reason. It paid off. I was trying to give you a little poop.
You want me to go get it?
Yeah, go get it. But anyways, we'll finally get some blinds soon. I don't know when they'll install, but at least they're going to come out and measure very quickly. And we're basically going to put up something very similar to what we already had. Mary's going to get some like blackout shades in her room. I got blackout shades for upstairs, but they're motorized. So here's what Mary got.
Oh, birthday present to myself.
Yeah. Normally, I would have bought it for her. But I bought her a, what would you say, a gallon?
Roughly.
Of like tree food or something?
Tree food / insect.
$75 fucking dollars. And my money was already super fucking tight, so she's like, I was gonna buy this. Like, all right, but I feel bad I didn't buy it for you. Yeah, so she's got her beers with noodles.
I had like $10 of credit at Hot Topic somehow. I don't know how.
Yeah, if I had known it was gonna be $5, I probably still would have bought it for her. But my finances are shit these days. It's something I don't know what happened in April, but I barely buy myself anything outside of like food or booze or something. So I don't know where the fuck my money went this month. I'm not even buying like WWE card packs or anything anymore because there's nothing worth buying right now. So it's just, I don't know, I'm frustrated. Also, Big Bad Toy Store, some long on pre-order stuff finally came in and all charged immediately. Like they send you the email like, hey, this is in stock and you're gonna get charged. But sometimes they'll send you that and 5 minutes later you're getting charged. And I was like, yeah, thanks for giving me adequate notice in case I wanted to cancel or change that order. For the most part, what I've got coming is stuff I really, really want, but one of them is the NECA Wolfman, which I've been finding in store. I could have bought them for like 30, 33 bucks instead of like the 45 it's gonna cost me because of shipping. So that kind of sucks, but the Godzilla stuff's gonna be really cool. But yeah, so that's the deal with the blinds. It took too long. Guy was nice and everything, you know, so I'm not like mad at them. It was perfectly pleasant, but I had somewhere I wanted to go and they closed at 8. I was like, we're not going to make that. And it was like 8:40 before we got out of there. It was just, ugh. And then we were supposed to come home and watch Moon Knight and do 3 more episodes of Star Wars Rebels to finish season 1. And nope. And then the storm came in and it's a nightmare. At least I have that Tom Collins and we're hopefully going to watch Moon Knight in a minute, but that's
How much were you going to talk?
I was going to say, that's the update there. Now we're going to do 2 reviews, and then I'm going to go dump and process footage so I have less to wait on when I have to edit this whole vlog at 1 in the morning. And while she does the grilled cheese notes, I'm getting hotter.
Because you're getting yourself ramped up.
No, I'm just fucking hot. It's the humidity.
I'm supposed to be the one who's having hot flashes.
It's the humidity that's getting me right now. I got to take my pants off, put on shorts or something. Sorry, Joe Bob. All right, so we're going to talk about movies. Look at that cool shot.
Hi.
Hi. Catzilla. Wait, that might. Okay, so you know what would be appropriate to talk about? Because I think we watched it first. We got 2 movies to talk about with Mary, and then I got some to talk about after. But Mary and I finally watched Turning Red, the new Pixar movie. Dumped straight to Disney, which kind of sucks for them, but it was great for us. This may be surprising, maybe not, but I loved it. It really resonated with me. I loved the style. I loved the anime attitude. I immediately loved the girls. They were charming, and I could totally relate. Doesn't matter that they're girls. And I love that this movie is very much about how horny girls are as well as boys, and discovering themselves, and how literal Turning Red actually was in this, and how up front, very early in the film, it's not really a spoiler, menstruation is a part of it, because at that age, when it begins, so I was like, oh, fuck, cool, because this is a kid's movie. They don't normally tackle stuff like that. And then, you know, character-wise and what happens with the parents and all that, the parents definitely got under my skin in the way they were supposed to. And by the end, it was a hell of a journey with, I thought, a great closing act, and loved the song by the boy band, and that's actually Billie Eilish and her brother Phineas.
Mostly Phineas.
Well, yeah, he's doing the singing. You could hear she was doing some backup vocals, but I'm saying they wrote it together because we watched that documentary. We know their process. So I really, really loved it. And then I was surprised to find out.
I was kind of, it's okay.
Yeah. So I thought, what were your thoughts then?
It's okay. I can't quite put my finger on it. I don't know if it felt like a little on the nose. Maybe. The art style is okay, but it's a little too close to what maybe that Berkeley style or whatever it is.
I don't know.
And it's like it just. I found myself. See, I will get distracted by the weirdest damn things, and I spent a lot of time being distracted by teeth in this movie.
Okay.
Because they're like
That's a weird
these
thing,
giant tombstone affairs, and
yeah, I like the stylistic of the design personally,
but yeah, it's just like I love the panda designs and everything. That's fine.
The red panda.
And
not entirely cliche either.
That's like, you know, not the worst movie, but not the best either. Just somewhere in the middle. Yeah,
for me, I would put it like somewhere between mid and top. Like, it's not top Pixar. It's not up level, you know, or like Incredibles or something like that.
Yeah, it didn't make me cry.
It got me a little bit. Not as much as I would have thought, but I mean, getting me is not that hard.
In terms of emotions, up is like, oh my God. It's only 5 minutes into the movie, damn it!
Yeah. And then it gets other emotions a lot later, but yeah, like, I mean, it's up there. For me, it's up there. I like it more than any of the Cars movies, you know, and more than the Good Dinosaur. It's below. I enjoy the first Cars a lot. Never saw the third one yet. Third one's supposed to be much better than 2.
As long as you don't start thinking too much.
I have no problem with that. Some people have a real hard time turning off their damn brain and just letting a movie be a movie. Especially when it's the premise of talking cars.
Like,
although,
how does this society work?
Well, there is the good question too about like, I think they established that cars have to use the bathroom, and then like planes are alive too, and all the cars get inside of planes, and if it's a long trip, are they going to the bathroom inside of the living plane? Yeah, it hurts my head. But okay, so that's our thoughts on Turning Red.
Yeah.
And we also went to the theater and we saw Sonic the Hedgehog 2. What you gonna do, brother, when Tails comes for you? Wait, or I should have said Knuckles. So, you know, first Sonic, I was not too excited for. And then I was like pleasantly surprised. It wasn't great, but, you know, in my mind, but I was like, oh, they actually did a pretty good job with that. And what little I know of the Sonic games is like, okay. This one I fucking loved. I loved the tone, the jokes. I loved the human stuff of it. Like the sister's wedding stuff, as ridiculous as that is, it's perfectly ridiculous inside this live action cartoon.
Just don't think about it too much.
Right, exactly. Because I mean, this is meant to be like a live action Looney Tunes kind of thing, basically. And then the Sonic stuff, and they spent so much time with Sonic and Tails and those characters doing their own thing. It felt like what this should be. And Jim Carrey knocks it the fuck out of the park yet again. And he is talking about he would love to be Fat Eggman if they do a third one. So that would be cool. And even with my limit,
kind of started doing that at the end of the first one, and then I guess they changed their mind.
Yeah, well, they got to the mustache. Yeah, no, from start to finish, I had a blast with this one. I laughed out loud at some stuff for reals. Like some of the other audience wasn't laughing as much, so I was kind of like, But yeah, no, I had a blast with it. I had chili dogs before, but they were not as chili doggy as I had hoped. If you saw that photo, Jack, be careful. I thought he was gonna try and climb onto that. Yeah, I've given up on trying to keep him off the records. At least he stays on the flat part. But yeah, so I had a blast with it.
And we also played Sonic 2 before.
Yeah, that was kind of fun a little bit too, you know, in our Throwdown Thursday, which y'all saw.
And there was one point where it's to say, Eric, this is how you play a game. You just go as fast as humanly possible and hope you don't actually hit anything. And
then I still failed miserably over and over. You'd think that would be a game I'm great at. It's right, Mike? Like Mikey P, you know how little I hate stealth. I want to just run and gun. Nope, I'm awful at it. But it was a cool thing to play, you know, just kind of got a little insight into the game before we saw the movie and everything. And I thought the runtime was fine. Maybe it could have been a little bit shorter, but I was never really bored. And again, you know, my expectations, they weren't as low as Morbius, but you know, my expectations were somewhere in the middle. I was like, it's going to be a good time, and I had a great time. And like I said, I was very surprised with how much I loved the human element of it, and I think it was just enough human element. But still, that sister character is...
That and
shit was
just
great.
The interactions between Robotnik and
anybody.
And his assistant.
Yeah, who is not Riz Ahmed. That's why, like, I did trailer reactions like Riz Ahmed. It's like it's not. It's just he looks similar, but that's why I kept
not Riz Ahmed.
Yeah, because I kept questioning myself, like, should I say I think it's Riz Ahmed? Because I don't want to be like, oh, they look alike, but I mean they do look similar. But maybe if I had them side by side, I would have been less inclined. But yeah, it was really, really fun. I had a blast with it. Post-credit scene is awesome. I'm ready for a third one. It made a shit ton of money, so I'm sure we're getting a third one.
Yeah.
I'm still making shit ton of money. And yeah, and I still love that opening Sega logo. And I love how they did the orchestral Sega music at the start of this. That was really cool. Hopefully we'll get a Golden Axe movie someday soon. I mean, they're like featured in that logo pretty heavily. They're one of the major things you see in there.
Yeah, things I prefer Revenge of the Death better, but you know.
Well, you got to do the first ones to get to that. If it does well. But yeah, so had a blast with Sonic. Looking forward to that. And, you know, it's something I'd definitely watch again. All right. I am gonna.
On Tuesday night.
Yeah. Well, I think you're done in the vlog for this week.
Right, bye.
Not a lot of Mary. I'm gonna do some reviews. I'll shoot mine later because I watched Willies Wonderland and The Last Matinee. And I gotta talk to y'all about games. I gotta tell you about the channel changes. So we'll get to all that in a minute. But I am gonna go upstairs where it's much colder for a minute while she makes grilled cheese notes. I'm gonna finish my Tom Collins. Pour some wine. We're gonna watch Moon Knight. We'll do our review for the $2 membership side, and then I'll run dishes. Then I'll go edit forever, and then who knows? All right, I'll see y'all in a minute. Okay, so it's like 12:07. Moon Knight was cool. Reviews on the $2 membership side if you're interested. I got a lot more vlog to film before I can call it a night. Desperately need a haircut, but let's talk about Willies Wonderland, Nicolas Cage, and essentially a Five Nights at Freddy's film. Unfortunately, lower budget than it should have been, and I've been sitting on this for a while, savoring it, ready for the night. I'm really in the mood. I don't know that I was really in the mood that night, but I really enjoyed it. Now, obviously, Nick Cage is I had to take a bunch of these movies down because we we anchored that poorly and it was coming off the wall. But Nick Cage was amazing. So the thing is, Nicolas Cage is amazing in this, and no spoilers, but I'm gonna tell you, he essentially doesn't say a single word the entire movie, and he gives an insanely brilliant performance in doing that. And of course he's like fighting, animatronics. It's like Five Nights at Freddy's, a kid's pizza place. Creepy animatronics want to kill him, but maybe they picked the wrong guy. There's a little bit more story going on here than that. There are some other characters. There's some like townies, if you will. And there's, it's an obvious story, but that's not what you're there for. You're there for that cage rage. And it's pretty fantastic in here. Now, he really saves this movie. Not that I wanted this to be a masterpiece. I wasn't expecting a lot. It's direct-to-video, I know the premise. I got you. But I do wish it had given me a little more than it gave me outside of Nick. Nick was perfect in this, and a couple other performers in this are pretty fantastic as well. The puppet designs, the animatronic designs, they're actually pretty cool. A lot of that kind of violence and gore is pretty good. There are characters that are really stupid, but in ways they're supposed to be stupid. Maybe their deaths could have been a little more gruesome or interesting and satisfying. There is definitely some creepy moments in this, but I really think what the problem here stems from there's either a lack of budget or a lack of directorial vision. Not that it was poorly directed. It's very, at the very least, it's semi-solidly directed. It's clearly maybe somebody early in their career or somebody that takes a little longer to get there. I don't know. But I just wish, because Nick Cage's performance was so spectacular in this, and the concept is such like perfection, like Reese cup peanut butter in my chocolate idea, I wish it had been directed with a little more visual style in mind. And some of that may come from budget. Like, I just wish it had been more pools of light and shadow. There's a lot of stuff in here that's just very throw light at it so we can see what we need to see, and then you see everything. There's no like shaping of the light, no painting with light. And a movie like this needs that. It needs that atmosphere for sure. The editing, the camera angles, things like that. Like, camera angles could have been more comic book, more consistently. Occasionally there are moments of nice stylization in here, but sometimes when you, after a little while of seeing it done over and over again, you start to realize, oh, they're really just quick cutting and throwing like an Instagram filter on it. It's obviously not actually an Instagram filter, but just as like an example, to clarify what I'm talking about. So that was a little disappointing. Music seemed pretty cool. The songs are actually kind of cool. It's like the kid songs like would be played at the birthday parties and whatnot. That was pretty cool. There is a moment when a bunch of characters... Okay, this is not really spoilery. It's maybe mildly, but not in a way that's going to ruin anything major. There's things like, maybe some characters are on a roof or a floor that's not so solid and they fall through, and they're spread out up there, but they all fall down into a very small ball pit. But again, budgetary. And it doesn't, it's not like there aren't enough of those gaffes to make it silly fun in that regard. But what really holds this together is the concept itself, coupled with Nick Cage's brilliant. This is one of my favorite Nick Cage performances I've seen, and I'm a huge Nick Cage fan, so I absolutely thoroughly loved it for that. Some of the other characters are pretty good. The main girl is pretty good, and there are moments in this that are great, and moments in this that are legit creepy overall. But overall, I just wish it had been maybe had a little more money and directed with a more deft hand to be a little more stylized. But I'm not saying anything in there is bad. It's not poorly done by any means. I just wish it had been done a little bit better. That's my thoughts on Willies Wonderland. And then after that, I watched The Last Matinee. I've wanted to see this for a while. I did a trailer reaction on it a while back, and it was on the Arrow streaming channel for a while. I think it's on Shudder now, or at least this coming out. So no, Carl, you were looking for some recommendations. Highly recommend this one. Again, I'm a huge Italian giallo fan, particularly Dario Argento. And this is very much a throwback to 70s giallo movies. And it's set in the 90s, and it's all in a movie theater. It has that vibe of demons, that kind of atmosphere of demons, because it is this huge movie theater. The gore in here is top-notch. The kills are interesting. The characters, the ones you're supposed to care about, you care about. Ones you don't think you'll care about, you do care about. Shocking, surprising moments happen. As the story unfolds and it becomes crazier and crazier a little bit, and we kind of get into pretty much just straight, cat and mouse chasing for the final third, there are some
just weird murdery reveals in here that are phenomenal and really gross, and then it kind of goes back to something you see earlier, like, oh, okay. This has infinite rewatch for me. I do believe it's actually in Italian, so I watched the subtitle version. It was late at night. I drank a lot. I was not bored. I did not drift. I did not zone. I was in it. But again, I am a huge fan of these style of films. You know, just kind of gloved killer with no face. Although, you know, in this one, maybe not. Going around killing people. Now, there's not really murder mystery in this, though, so that is one thing that makes it less giallo. It really is, I should say, more Italian slasher. Because, you know, giallos are essentially murder mysteries. That's what they are. Giallo means yellow. The paperback pulp novels of Italy always had yellow covers. That's pretty much what they are. But this was a really good time. Also, of course, it's in a movie theater. There's old school projection systems. They deal with things like film burns and all that, which I'm an old school film projectionist, so I totally relate. That also makes me geek out a little bit more. But I loved the hell out of this. Another one I'd set on for a while, and I had a great time with it. And again, I highly recommend it. Let's talk about something else. All right, so let's talk about games, and then we'll talk a little bit more about channel changes, and then we'll probably wrap this up because it is getting late, and I need to edit this tonight. So, games. Of course, I've played a little bit more WWE right now. I'm still in my faction. I'm just grinding in my faction. I think I did understand finally, though, that I don't have to use my most powered cards, that I'm going to get team matched to a power level that's always just going to be slightly above my cards until I have top tier cards. But that's never really a problem. So I think if I actually do want to go back and play with characters I'd rather play with more, even if I put together like a gold team, I probably get matched against mostly gold teams. So I may try that. I'm just grinding through it. I'm 100 something my faction rewards, like the tower. I still have the newest weekly to do. I'm still well behind on Proving Grounds and haven't tried any of the modes, but I am enjoying it. You know, I'm taking a little bit of break because I'm starting to really get into Lego Star Wars. Before we get to that, I did have a very frustrating day with WWE the other day, the game. And this was after something else more frustrating, which is probably why. But I was trying to do this, like, you know, win a match in a minute to get some rewards. And I was like, how the fuck do you win a match in a minute in this thing? It's like damn near impossible with submissions or anything. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure that out someday when I need to. But I was kind of controller throwing mad by that point because Super Lucky's Tales. I'm either in the final boss fight or the next to last boss fight. And what a pain in the ass. For such a fun game up to this point, this one is insanely a pain in my ass. I will beat it eventually, but it had me throwing my controller. And I guess it was a couple of days ago, and I was like, this is just not my day for gaming. And that day ended up being a bad day, so I might just be I might have had a really mental bad day or something, because it happens, you know. I mean, I'm still happy and all energetic all the time, but every once in a while I can be a little grumpy, you know. It doesn't happen often. At worst, once a month, twice a month. I mean, once a month or once every 2 months is actually what I was trying to say. It's not very frequent at all. So Super Lucky's Tales really kicked my ass. I did the weeklies. I didn't really bother actually playing the games. I was just trying to get the weekly points because I have actually sent off. I used my $100 gift card I earned through rewards points to order my new custom controller. I'll probably show it here first if not on Twitter or something. But video, this will be the first place you'll see it. I'm pretty happy with this one. It's going to be pretty neat. Definitely different from my last one. And then I also bought some indie games with some leftover funds off that $100 card while they were on sale. Also to get more rewards points, like doing the spring indie summer sale or whatever. I don't even remember what I got, but Submerged is one of them. That looked really interesting. And there's something about like Whiskey Zombies or something. I don't know, it was like a $5 game. I was like, yeah, sure. Gets me to that $50 expenditure, you know. But I haven't really played any of those yet, because now I'm starting to really dig back into Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. At this point, I realized I have to approach this differently than I typically approach my Star Wars Lego games. Any Lego game in the last 2 or 3 I played, I was pretty good at getting like 100% coins, whether they call it True Jedi or whatever they call it in any superhero in any of the other games. But I've realized these games are too big. I'm not doing it. I'm just going to go through and play the story all the way through once, not really trying to get much, not doing side quests, And then I'm going to go back through for real and really do the trophy hunting, the reward hunting, the brick hunting, mini kits, all that kind of stuff. True Jedi. And of course, as I can unlock things and double my multipliers and all of that. So that'll be good. So I'm playing in episode chronological order, and I'm almost through episode 2 right now. I was having a blast with that earlier today. Some of the jokes are literally making me laugh out loud uncontrollably. Like, there's some really funny stuff in there where they kind of obviously childize it, for lack of a better term, you know, because they're not really going to kill people too much in this. But it is interesting to see some of the choices they make in terms of what you actually do get to play and what you don't. And I'm glad, I like the voice acting work in episode 2 much more than episode 1. Something, I guess it was mostly Qui-Gon. Something really put me off about it, but now we're in episode 2 and it's the Clone Wars voices. So I'm there for it, and I'm excited they're getting to do Clone Wars lines. And that's a really good time. And I'm probably going to go play some more of it tonight. I'd like to finish episode 2 and start getting deeper into 3. Because again, can't do a whole lot of achievements until I actually kind of play through the whole game. There are some things you can do, but I'm not going to stress about them until after that. But that's pretty much where I am with video games this week. Getting excited for the Evil Dead game coming up. Oh, I knew there was one more segment. We do have another segment after this before the channel changes. And, yeah, you know, there's some good shit out there. So I'm going to keep playing some good shit. Check out some more stuff on Game Pass and have a good time doing it. So, all right, let's talk about the Jamboree. Hey, everybody, have you heard the news? Joe Bob is back in town, this time in Memphis, Tennessee. So if you follow my channel for a while, and I haven't put out much from it, there should be something coming out at some point whenever they release the live episode they taped. The first ever Joe, you know, I love Joe Bob Briggs, The Last Drive-In. It's like movie hosting, you know, he pops in with the movies with all kinds of trivia and fun bits. There's like great personalities and characters involved, like Darcy the Mail Girl, John Brennan doing all the music and more, my buddy Justin Martell, Amy doing photos, you know, Jolene doing some of the costuming and stuff. Just love all those people. And, you know, last year I kind of got like, I was able to get in last minute, and I'm so happy I did. It was pretty much literally life-changing. The second I stepped out of my car at the Mahoning Drive-In for that whole weekend, I found my people. I found my tribe, you know, and I was already part of the mutant family, but I really felt it, and it just solidified my love of all of this so much more. And now here we are getting to year 2. If to some degree I'm a little bummed they aren't doing it at the Mahoning again. That just felt historical, and it was such a huge weekend with like saving the Mahoning and stuff, but I know they're still dealing with some stuff out there. But also logistically I could see it being problematic, and also I could see them wanting to take it other places, make it more accessible to other people, because that was like a 10-hour drive for us. This year they're doing it in Memphis, and it says like a 6-hour drive for us, so that is a plus there. And it's going to be in July, and you know, tickets go on sale in May, beginning of May. But knowing how this stuff goes, so this year they're doing it in Memphis. It's not camping out at the drive-in. It's not the entire thing at the drive-in. There is a hotel, a convention center, and we're doing almost more of a real regular convention, which I have my pros and my cons about. But again, I'm holding judgment till we see it, because I don't want it to just feel like a convention that has screenings at night. You know, I hope they find a way to make that balance work where it does still feel intimate, because even though there was probably somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000 people at the first Jamboree, I'm just guessing, basing on, you know, car capacity and saying a couple occupants on average per car. It was very, you know, it was big, but it was intimate, and like you felt like you'd get to know everybody there if you really tried. I do get a little concerned that it's like, oh, if you're gonna, you know, have it be more convention, more celebrities, more vendors, it starts getting a little iffy. But it could also be great, because it could also be more interesting vendors, more interesting celebrities, like maybe Felissa Rose will be here, maybe Lloyd Kaufman's gonna hang out with us this weekend. I hope it's mostly celebrities related to the show. I know some of them will be, because, you know, there's like a whole movie reunion commemorative thing. So again, I'm not throwing any prejudgment down. I have some reservations, but at the same time, I also just know it's going to be a great show. And apparently, wisely, once they announced where this was going to happen and where the convention center and hotel was, that day I went ahead, I jumped. I got my reservations. I'm like, I hope I get tickets. And I think a lot of other people did that too. And already, they're not sold out yet, but already it's the actual... Granted, there are hotels around it and all that, but you know how it is if you've ever done cons. It's very convenient to stay right where it is, especially if you buy shit and you want to go drop it off in your room. Yeah, so I got my book. I actually booked it a little longer even, because they're only saying Friday to Sunday, but at the first Jamboree, they added a Thursday after it was so popular. So Mary and I are gonna go down Wednesday and come home Monday, and I just wanted to make sure we got a good room and all that. So I'm excited as hell though. It's gonna be a great time. I'm sure, I feel like we'll get tickets, because that's one of the reasons they also did this. They could like expand the numbers. It feels like maybe at least 2 or 4 times as many people might be able to get in this time, which again, we'll wait and see, but I understand it's a delicate balance of like access for the many, but keeping what makes it special. You know, like I'm not trying to gatekeep. I love that they are moving it around. Like part of me almost dreads like a year, say they go to Colorado or something. I'm gonna make the trip one way or another, but you know, but I feel for people that can't make it. And some of my favorite mutants already know they aren't gonna be able to make it, which is a bummer. And some people have some legit, you know, disappointments in the fact that at least when it was the Mahoning and it was camping, like being able to camp at the Mahoning added very minimal cost versus trying to get a hotel for a weekend in a city and a convention pricing. So I don't know. I'm just excited to see where it goes. And the most curious thing for me is they aren't saying they're doing a live taping episode. They're doing a live recreation of a Joe Bob show. So, I mean, it's probably new movies and stuff we haven't heard, or maybe they're redoing something they've done. I don't know, but the wording of it makes me think they're just trying to give you the experience of being at a live Joe Bob show versus the first one that was a recorded one that hasn't come out, which makes me question, did that turn into such a pain in the ass? They're like, we just aren't going to do it again? Or I'm very curious what's going on with that, because I've been sitting on some secrets I can't tell and don't want to tell until that comes out, and I want to share with y'all because it's really exciting. But obviously, mutant fan for life. Joe Bob, like, you know, and we lost Gilbert Godfrey, but Gilbert and Rhonda Shear, Up All Night, that was my Joe Bob in my youth, because they had a lot more skin flicks. Even though I loved horror, I was like, I'm gonna sneak downstairs. I'm not gonna sneak downstairs, but like, I don't camp out on the couch tonight, Mom and Dad, where the cable is. Stay up all night watching the sorority babes and the slime ball bolorama, you know, things like that. And so it's really heartbreaking for the loss of Gilbert. But now Joe Bob is my jam. I get him now. He's my dude. Those are my people. Darcy is the sweetest. John Brennan is just fucking trauma lovely. You know, and Justin Martell and Amy, just I fucking adore them. Which is weird because we didn't really get to spend all that much time together. But you know, sometimes you just meet people and just kind of know, like. Because I met a lot of great people out there, and people involved in the show, people not involved in the show, but there was just something very standout about those two particularly that's like, I love them. So hopefully we get to hang out more. Anyways, I'll ramble on more about that as it happens, and we'll probably vlog about it then. So let's talk about something else a little more important. Okay, let's discuss these channel changes. All right, so here's the deal. I need to make music. I need to. It's in my soul. The summer's coming around, so we're gonna get really musical. I didn't get to finish the album last year that I wanted to because I got stuck. I got stuck because the first half of the album went blazingly fast because there's songs I wrote years ago, and even though near the end I started rewriting some lyrics to make them make more sense, there were still songs I was very familiar with. You know, I knew like they were just ingrained in here, so they're very easy for me to learn how to play. Some of the stuff coming up is still kind of like that, but we definitely hit a place where I have to start writing lyrics and even new songs completely to finish that album, and that's what became a roadblock for me. Because to do that, and I haven't done this in years. I started the YouTube thing to build an audience to sell my music and my movies too, and then YouTube became the full-time job. And I can't spend that kind of energy focused on YouTube if I ever want to be able to get up in my head and in my heart enough to actually write new music again. Like, not just melodies. Like, I jam on my guitar, I come up with stuff, I save little demos. Musically, not as big an issue as like formulating, having something to say and how to express that in interesting ways. And to do that, I need time, and I have to retrain myself to even just be comfortable having, on occasion, days where I don't do anything. Like, maybe I watch movies, I go do life, I get house stuff done, I live the frustrations of paying attention to the rest of the world, which to a degree I have, which is why I do have some things I also want to say and get out there in one form or another. Still basically selling the same message I always sell, of positivity and love, and like, hey, we could die at any second, like, let's enjoy what we're here doing while we can. make the most of it. Yeah, so, you know, and it feels weird because I start adding up the time it takes me to do a week's worth of YouTube, and, you know, I mean, it might not even be a full 40-hour week, although then there's all the other added pressures of getting on social media to promote all that, and although I don't really plan on stopping social media, which is the thing I'll talk about in a second, but I feel like even if I can cut the 20 hours a week of daily trailers and daily gameplays out, which is kind of a bummer because I'm loving doing the daily gameplays, and I love doing the trailers because even I get to see a whole lot of trailers I'd never see otherwise, so I am going to kind of miss that. And who knows, maybe months down the line I'm like, no, this is a big mistake, I'd rather just make trailers and games. I doubt that. And when I say I'm stepping away to make more music, it's more than that too, and it's not leaving YouTube. So I'm not leaving YouTube. I'm still going to be making content. There's always going to be some stuff here. My Patreon's still going to go. My Patreon's going to get better, theoretically, because I'll have more music stuff I'm working on, since the Patreon's all about my music and my filmmaking. Membership, you know, we're still going to review Star Wars and all that stuff over there, $2 a month. Great way to support me. I'm going to miss those YouTube checks. They weren't extreme, but I mean, they would like pay my electric bill. Great months they pay my electric bill and my cable internet bill, which is huge. You know, so it's like, okay, that's worth doing. But I am lucky and blessed enough, and I realize I'm privileged very much in this regard, that finances don't have to factor into my existence completely. They do factor in. I'm not like do anything I want rich, not by any means. Or Mary and I would be in Cancun every other month. You know, it ain't that at all. Like, but as long as I'm reasonable with my spending, we're probably okay. We're probably okay pretty much the rest of our lives, which is an insanely privileged place to be in. And a lot of that, of course, is because my dad, you know, rags to riches story. Mom was the same way. Just used their brains, got real smart, got great at what they did, lovable people, moved up in the world, and then, you know, before the time my dad retired, he was making ridiculous money. For, you know, for the effort he had to put in. But I don't want to get too into that because, you know, that's not really many people's business. I don't want to share other people's information. But, and, you know, I've made money. I got money. I do have my own revenue streams. It's not just YouTube. Like, I've done things in my life, you know. I don't mean that negatively. That sounded really creepy. But, and that's what it is like, if I'm going to do anything, like, I keep having that thought of, like, I'll be on my deathbed, hopefully when I'm, like, 99 or something. My grandma made it to 101, so yeah, maybe she made it past 100, maybe she didn't hit 101, but I could just imagine, like, if I was dying, like, if I got, you know, I had some horrible disease or whatever, and I got a day to live, I'm gonna be in there thinking, damn, I wish I'd watched that one more trailer and made that one more YouTube video, or am I gonna be in there thinking, damn, I'd written song number 501, and I'm like, one of those things makes me far more comfortable with my mortality. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe I just got so old because, you know, I am old. But yeah, so basically here's the deal. Starting in May, I'm not doing daily trailer reactions anymore. I'm still going to do the big stuff. Like when we get a new Obi-Wan trailer, yeah. Marvel trailers, yeah. DC, yeah, fuck yeah. And then occasionally some other huge things, you know, things I'm excited for. Yeah, I'll do the trailer reacts for you. And even occasionally, if people really request something, I'll do some of those as well. And then you never know, I may be like, today I'm just really in the mood to just shoot some random trailer reactions. So it's just not guaranteed every day. That's what it is. The gameplays, the 5 days a week, do an entire story narrative in a month games, those are going to stop in June. Because I still want to do the May ones. Obviously, we're going to finish Resident Evil 4 this month. And in May, we want to do the 2 Star Wars games because, you know, I want to do those. And then again, even that, like, even though it's going to be gone, it's going to be random. Occasionally I might come back because there's some games I promised people like Mikey P and stuff that I got to do. Some couple of Tomb Raiders, some more Batmans, Last of Us 2, things like that. They will happen. And again, every now and then I'll be like, oh, you know what? I got some time. And maybe I just take 3 months to make a month's worth, you know, in my spare time. So I just need it not to be required and priority so that I can really focus more on this other thing that I need to do, which is getting into my head and getting into my heart more. And I don't want that to sound like I've become detached from all that. I have not. I'm still very much in tone with all that on a regular living daily basis, but in that it's hard to explain unless you're somebody that creates. It's hard to explain. But I need time, I need breathing room to let that inspiration strike and that moment of, I need to get in the studio right now. And then I'm locked in here for 12 hours and I come out and I'm like, holy shit, I need to remix it. I need to do this and that, but oh my God, look at what you know what I'm saying? And I plan on like making myself like a couple days a week is always guaranteed. I'm gonna go in the studio, I'm gonna hit a bunch of buttons. I either come out with nothing and it's jack shit, or I come out with some really cool inspiration, or I come out with something just fucking great. It just clicked, you know? And of course we'll put all that music out. And it's not just gonna be my pop punk. I do like this idea of branching into other things because I love all kinds of music. I wanna do orchestral music. I wanna play with like, you know, like country versions of things, doo-wop versions of things, you know, just pop version, like just messing around with all that. We'll have a good time doing it. So that's where we're going with this channel. Now, Throwdown Thursdays and vlogs, those are gonna stick around weekly, indeterminately. We'll see if they need to also go or not. We'll see if I'm totally fine with that or not. So I have no plans outside of that until that's more, let's give it a month or two after everything else has stopped and see where we feel with that. Because I still love updating you on my life and all that. And then you see some behind the scenes of what I'm doing. And again, not just music. This should also lead to things like music videos, more behind the scenes-y vlogs on occasion. What's that thing? Hopefully like filmmaking, maybe some short films and things like that too, if this all goes the way I hope it does. So that's where we're kind of at with all that. So I'm just letting you know. I'm gonna try to let you all know in the videos, and I'm very much already looking forward to taking some of this off my plate and being able to focus on other things. Because also on top of all that, you know, Mary and I are still planning our damn wedding. Tomorrow we should finally be sitting down and planning out the wedding menu with our guy. So fingers crossed. There's been some issues with that. Nothing, I mean, bad, but like, what's the word I'm looking for? Unstoppable, unhelpable, I can't think of the word I'm looking for. It's not anybody I know's fault. Some shit happened in somebody's life that wasn't really them. It's just they were connected, and then that was like a domino effect of. But anyways, it's fine. I love these people. I'm just glad they're handling it, you know. So I don't want that to come out like any kind of condemnation of anything, because it's not. But that's kind of where we're at. If you've got questions, drop them in the comments. I'll try to answer in the next vlog, because I do want to be clear on what's going on here as best I can. But so that's that, and that's everything. So let's do the wrap up segment. Yeah, I've talked to y'all a lot here. It is 12:38. I gotta get out of here. So thank you everybody. Comment below. You got questions, you got suggestions, things about changes, all that and more. Let me know. And then let me try this. You can also, I know it's a horrible angle on me, but you can also click that thumbs up button. Give me that good old thumb of encouragement, as I do love to be encouraged. And remember, we will get through this. We will get through this together. I figured that way maybe I can properly sign it. It was a horrible angle, but then I was gonna get a haircut this week, but between blinds and wedding planning and oh well. All right, thank you everybody. I love you. Check out my music anywhere you listen to music. Maybe you like it. Most of you won't, but some of you really will. Old school pop punk, man. If that's your jam, you're gonna dig what I'm doing. Like I just checked out the new Avril Lavigne album, which feels like the follow-up to the Girlfriend album. Can't remember what that album was called, but which was my favorite of hers. And this new one, I'm like, that's what I've been looking for. You know, a couple of her albums after that were pretty good, but pre-Nickelback guy. But anyways, it's not for everybody. It does feel 10, 15 years dated, but that's my jam. So, all right. Well, anyways, check all that out. Look up TheEricButts. See what you think. I really appreciate you. And more ways to support the channel, more content, and more in the links in the description below. So click that see more button to see more butts. I gotta get out of here so I can process all this shit and edit all this shit. And it's already 12:40. That sucks. All right. Thanks, everybody. I love you. I'll see y'all later. Bye.